Hello everyone, welcome to My Dreams Academy, Dilshuk Nagar, Hyderabad. Now, in this particular video, we'll discuss finding candidate key, right? So, here a relational schema has been given and functional dependencies are given. Now, all these functional dependencies are non-trivial functional dependencies. So, we need to find out the candidate key of R. So, here we need to make a note that for a given relational schema and functional dependencies, we can have a multiple candidate keys, right? So, we can have a multiple candidate keys. Now, it is our responsibility to find out the candidate keys, right? If you are finding a single candidate key and you cannot declare that this particular relational schema and functional dependency has got only one candidate key. You cannot declare like that. So, you need to find out all possible candidate keys of a relational schema with functional dependency, right? So, we'll see how we'll calculate the functional dependency candidate key of a given relational schema, right? So, there is a small procedure called edge diagram procedure. So, this is a simple procedure. With this procedure, we can determine the candidate key of a relational schema, right? So, now before we get into the edge diagram, let us have all the attributes here: A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, right? Now, we'll have an edge diagram now. So, here I am writing an edge diagram. I am drawing. So, here now see here A, B to C. From A, from B, where you are going? What you are determining? You are determining C. So, that's why towards C I am having a arrow, right? A, B to C, right? Now, A to D. So, from A, D and E. See here, D, E has got arrows, D, E, right? From A, you are going D, E. Now, B, from B to F. So, B to F. From B to, where is the arrow mark? Going towards F. Now, F to GH. F to GH. So, from F, I am going to G, I am going to H. Now, this is what the edge diagram. So, from this, I need to have a conclusion. Now, what is that conclusion? How many attributes have got a incoming edges? Now, let us see. C has got incoming edge, D has got incoming edge, E has got incoming edge, F has got incoming edge, G has got incoming edge, and H has got incoming edge. Now, let us look at what are the attributes that don't have a incoming edges. A, B. Now, take those A, B. Okay, A, B. Now, these A, B don't have incoming edges, which means that they are essential attributes. They are essential attributes, right? Now, for these essential attributes, you need to calculate the closure. Right? Now, I am calculating the closure for the essential attribute AB closure, right? Now, you already know the procedure, right? Closure set of attributes. If I know AB, obviously I can determine AB. Now, look at the functional dependencies now. If I know AB, then I can determine C, right? Now, if I know A, I can determine what? DE, AB, CE. If I know A, I can determine DE, right? Next, anything else? If I know B, I can determine F, right? So, I can write A, B, C, D, E. So, if I know B, I am determining F, okay, right? So, now if I know F, I can determine GH, yes, obviously, A, B, C, D, E, F. If I know F, GH, right? So, now this total thing is a relational schema or yes. If a given set of attributes having its closure determining the relational schema, then that particular set of attributes will become a candidate key. Now I can declare AB is a candidate key. Okay, now let us check, is there any possibilities of having any other attributes as a candidate key? Okay, we'll check. So if AB is a candidate key, then A closure, now check whether A closure can form a candidate key. A closure, A, if I know A, DE, right? Anything else? Anything else? Nothing, we cannot get. From A I can determine only, I can determine ADE. So now A cannot be a candidate key. A cannot become a candidate key. Okay. Now look for B closure. B closure. B closure means obviously B. From B I can determine F. From F I can determine GH. Any other possibilities? No possibilities. So from B I cannot determine the total set of attributes. That's why B is also not a candidate key. So A cannot be a candidate key, B cannot be the candidate key, but A, B combinedly can become a candidate key. Right. Okay. Now AB is a candidate key. Now look for another asset like AC. Look for AC. Is AC candidate key? Yes. AC. So from AC I can have AC, and from A I can have DE, and B, no, there is no B here. So AC cannot become the candidate key. AC cannot become a candidate key. Right. Now look for any other combinations. AB, okay, LB is already candidate key. AF can also be possibility of candidate key. AF, A, D, E, F means G, H, BC is missing here. Okay, so there are no attributes that can form a candidate key, right? So now see here, now I can declare AB is a candidate key. If AB is a candidate key, right, any other attributes associated with AB, ABC is a super key. ABC D is a super key. ABCD super key. ABCD EF super key. AB F G super key. ABCD EF GH is super key, right? Whatever the attributes that is associated with candidate key, so that will become a super key. Now if all these are super keys, now AB is also a candidate key and super key, right? AB is also a candidate key and super key. So how many super keys we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So in all super keys are there. In that, what is the minimal super key? Small super key. So in that, what is the small super key? The small super key is AB. So small super key will be the candidate key. So now what is the definition of candidate key? Definition of candidate key means minimal super key, right? So this is what the important thing, right? Now suppose, let us take another example. Suppose in a given given functional dependencies or relational schema, there are two possibilities. A is a candidate key and C is also a candidate key. Let us take it, this is a hypothetical example, okay? Some random example I am taking. A is a candidate key and C is a candidate key. Yes, is there a possibilities of two candidate keys in a given relational schema? Obviously it is possible. So there are two candidate keys. Now what is primary key in this context? What is primary key? See, both candidate keys are eligible to become a primary key. So both candidate keys can have a eligibility to become a candidate key. But who will assign primary key to the correct attribute? Database designer. Database designer will choose one particular candidate key as primary key, either this or C. Okay, so there is no technical difference between primary key and candidate key, right? So a candidate key is also a primary key, right? Okay, right? But who will take the responsibility? Database designer will take the responsibility of determining the one primary key among two candidate keys, right? That is what the important information to be noted here, right? In a given relational schema and with functional dependency, we can have a multiple candidate keys. Okay, right? So in the next video, we'll understand the normalization concept. What are the reasons for going normalization, right? Thank you.